Hey guys, this is Jerry Mateo with recordingsoftware.com. Remember to check out the link in the description below where you can get an awesome deal on these two plugins that we're featuring in today's video. Hey you guys, welcome back. So today we have a pretty interesting little synth to take a look at, and we have a awesome powerhouse of a destruction channel strip to take a look at. Let's start off with Destructor. This is basically an all-in-one distortion unit. It allows you to create and shape any type of distortion characteristic that you want, and even has presets upon presets. You can load up factory presets for different distortion and dynamic control, and even load up different presets for the shape that you want. So let's say you want to have something act like a saturating compressor, but then you want it to have a really soft clipping kind of sound. You can easily do that. You can also have phase shifts, have dynamic control where you can basically make it get distorted as it gets quiet and clean up as it gets louder. And it comes with a gate, compressor, two EQs, which basically have presets set up in there for bass heads, amp heads, guitar pedals, and then you have cabinets and stuff like that under here. You have a zero latency limiter, and it's pretty much a all-in-one package. And if you don't want to use any of these advanced things, you can easily just hit this little E button and hide everything. You can also customize the skins that you use. So let's say we want one of these. We can change it up. And overall, it's basically the ultimate unit if you want to have total control over your tone shaping. I personally really like this on everything from recording DI guitars to actually mixing synths. Now, what I'm actually using it on is on a couple of electric guitars. They're just DIs. We'll highlight them, slow them up, and we'll bypass Destructor. You can see they sound kind of dead because they're just DIs. And all I did is use a couple presets to add some breakup, brighten them up a little bit. And they just have some more impact, especially because they emulate that kind of slap that you get from a tube amp. Now, that's a really simple and easy way to do it. But the next thing we're looking at is probably my favorite new synthesizer, and that has got to be the CMI V from Arturia. This is their Fairlight synthesizer emulation. And this basically emulates everything. You can actually load up settings from the actual unit and even get noises from the keyboards and stuff like that. Let's say I grab this preset real quick and we'll just play something. And then we can go for something more crazy like this one. Pretty crazy. It basically does anything. And the way that it does it is it uses this extremely large sound bank, and you can actually save and kind of create your own sound libraries inside of it. So we have organs, noises, rain. And it basically allows you to even use spectral synthesis to actually create your own synthesized sound. You can have time synthesis, you can have sampling. It basically allows you to have full control. You have 10 little modules where you can actually just drag sounds in, and you can edit and assign all these functions and controls. You even have a step sequencer, which allows you to create entire loops and drum libraries inside of it. And then you have this awesome little mixer section and then a tuning map, which will allow you to choose where things will be triggered and how. Now, the library that this thing has is enormous. If we go for something like a water flute, you have very ethereal sounds, right? But if we go to this bass line, pretty cool, right? It has a ton of presets, a ton of sound sets, and it's capable of doing a lot. Now, I've actually personally used it to kind of add some type of movement to this because this song doesn't really have much in the intro. If I mute everything besides the guitars, and that's all that's really playing, it has a couple of chords being played and maybe like a little solo going on, but then it later on goes and transitions into this big metal part. I find like this just needs something. So what I've done is I've actually used the CMI over here and modified this Beautiful Day preset to kind of have this really ethereal kind of sound. And I want that just in the background under everything. But you know what I want to do is I'm going to actually mess with the water flute preset. So we're going to go right here and let's go to the water flute because I'm really digging the way that that sounded. So we got to go all the way down. As you can see, we have this gigantic list. Let's go water flute. Let's see what that sounds like. Pretty cool, right? So we're going to take that and then we're going to go to the CMI over here where we're actually using a different preset. And this is the smooth guitar. And this little dot next to the name means that I've edited it somehow. So what I've actually done is I've gone in here, I've changed the sound sets up a little bit, used a little bit of fine tuning controls, and I've basically changed the mixer routing and stuff like that. Let's see what this sounds like. So now let's go into the intro of this song and let's see what it sounds like after we've done a little bit of modification. Right? And then when we add the CMI that's using a little bit more of a guitar plucky sound to it, you'll see it's going to come in right around here, and you'll see that's going to add a lot more life to it. So here we go. Now I'm going to automate that in and out, but as you can see, it's already given me a ton of new sounds to create and modify this, because this literally goes from super clean and dead to extremely lively and in your face. So I want something to kind of give it a ambient ramp up, because it's going to go down into a super clean version after. Anyway, that's going to be it for today's video. I hope you guys like this, and I hope you guys can see that this thing has ridiculous amount of potential. And if you have this coupled with a custom distortion channel strip, you can actually get some of these sounds and really crush them and mangle them into something that was never heard before. That's going to be it for today's video. This is Jerry Mateo with recordingsoftware.com, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.